Hey everybody, welcome back to Zulu's Board Game Cafe. It's me, MC Squared, and today we're doing another unboxing video. Today is going to be for Eclipse Second Dawn for the Galaxy. So you see I'm in the bigger frame right now, and normally I'm in the smaller frame, and the box is the big frame, but this game is really big, so we're going to go ahead and do this in the much larger frame today so we can get a good shot at everything in this box, because this is a big box, and we want to make sure that everyone gets a chance to see everything. Now, this game is actually from about a year ago, but they just did another print run. We just got some copies in at Zulu's, and I'm very excited to get it. This is actually going to be my personal copy. It's unlikely we're going to have a demo copy of this one available on the shelf, but we do have some copies available right now. You go to zulusgames.com and check it out. Maybe some available. We'll also take a closer look at it in a bit. I'm also on a playmat designed for Eclipse right now. As I get this plastic out of here, you can take a quick look at it. Oh, so beautiful. Hexagons and factions in space. For those of you unfamiliar with the core of Eclipse, if you've never played First Edition, it commonly gets compared to Twilight Imperium in that you are factions on hexagons in space fighting for control of the galaxy. It's a much shorter game than Twilight Imperium, whereas Twilight Imperium will normally take your entire day. Eclipse is only going to take you 2 to 3 hours instead of 6 to 12. Alright, we just popped open the top of the box now, and we're going to get into Eclipse and talk about Eclipse. So the first thing we've got plastic organizers and a piece of paper telling us about our plastic organizers and how cool they are. This is awesome, because that's one of the things about these giant games is they are a massive pain to set up and put away. And it looks like they've given us a whole mess of stuff for organizing it completely self-contained. No need to buy an external organizer here. It is all present. Of course, we got the rule book that was right there on top. Oh, wow. Yeah, there's just tons of empty plastic in here waiting for you to organize it. Alright, now we've gotten to the first ones with some stuff in it. Let's go ahead and start opening these up. Oh, wow. Alright, we have the typical Eclipse dice that have a blank side because it's possible to miss. Go up to 2, 3, 4, 5, and then multiples. In Eclipse, the different dice are representative of how strong your attacks are. We'll do the Learn to Play video shortly after this, but right now we're just taking it apart and looking at it. We have some ships here. See if we can get a good look at that ship. Let's come into focus. That is a very nice little starship there. Is that the only type of starship in this bin? Yeah. Let's see. Here it looks like, this honestly looks like half of a star base of some kind. Reminds me of the big globe down at Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida, which is one of the towns I grew up in. Ooh, we're having a hard time catching that beige on top of my hands. Get a good look at it, but you can see the miniature pretty good right there. There we go. Give the light room to catch it. There's those. See over here, in this bin we have a different type of ship. Don't remember the names of any of these ships. I'm going to have to refamiliarize myself. It has been a while since I played an Eclipse game. We have some little pink cubes, and then we have some slabs here. We have some monoliths, if we are going to have some sort of apes worshipping us on various planets as we go through this. Be excited to learn what those are, because that does not seem familiar at all from the previous games of this that I've played. See, there's another bin. Let's pop it open just to make sure it's no different. Does not look any different. Oh. Alright, what is next? Next we have a bag. There's nothing in this bag, but it's got this fun logo on it. Some galactic logo. Probably for drawing things like tech from. Another one. This I think is going to be the tech one. So I remember this symbol looks like the tech cards that we're going to place on our faction boards. If we ever find the faction boards in here, we're going to be digging for quite some time. Lost in eternity. Oh, okay. Sounds like we got some plastic, and it's color-coded. Oh, this is the entire blue faction box. All sorts of different ships, cubes here. We'll start on the left and work our way around up to the cooler stuff. So first, these little bin tins here. They look like they stack on top of one another. So get these in focus. Yeah, little boats. They click into each other. They click into here. Maybe they have something to do with points measure. I've got little cubes here. Oh, no, wait. I think these are going to be resource monitors. These are going to be how we track our various resources that we have in the game. I'm starting to remember. And then we have discs and cubes indicative of our color for things. And then we start to have ships. Have a ship that I am not sure which direction this guy wants to face. We get the black bag and see if we can get some focus through that. There we go. That's going to help. Here's the first of the ships. Little hummingbird looking one. Our next ship. Same kind of design where it's kind of a bulb in the front. Long ways on the back. I'll see about taking some nice pictures of these and getting them up in the corner right there. Go along with this. Nope, these look like the bottom of some sort of base structure, or is this what the ships are going to clip into? Hold on, let me see if nope, that's not how that works. So that's just the bottom of a base structure that maybe we'll find more out about later. And the last one in here is the little fighters. These tiny little fighter ships. Very, very neat looking. Alright, so that's what's in blue. I don't know if the different colors have different ships. We're going to find out. Move blue over to the side right here. Next we're going to go into green. Let's see. Oh my goodness, the ships are all different for each color. This is so cool. I love it when all the things have slightly different models and whatnot. This is one of the things I wish Twilight Imperium would have. And I know that this would be a huge ask for them to have different ships for every single faction, which is bonkers for as many factions as there is in that game. There's a lot of factions in this game too, and they've managed to give me, if every single one of these, at least 6 distinct sets of models, assuming they're all different in all these boxes. But we're going to check now because we have to. So, we'll start with the little moon base here. The boats, cubes, and discs are all the same in this. They're just green. So we're just going to do the ships as we go. And next is our medium ship. Maybe I got it a little too bright. Up there. Then we have our large ship. And the small one. Oh, I feel like I remember these fighters from before, and I love the look of these little bubble ones that clamp onto things. Oh, this is such fun. Alright, so there's the green faction stuff. Alright, moving across, we have the black faction next. Don't remember if these coincide with specific aliens or not. Oh my goodness, we've got the Borg in this one. I'm not going to put these on the black one. I'm going to get out the white bag and use that as a tray to hold now for the black miniatures, because I'm cognizant of color palettes. So these are actually like companion cubes here from the Portal series. Little black companion cubes. The medium ships, little rectangular freighters. The large ships, large rectangular freighters, just ships made out of Lincoln logs is what we got going on here. And the fighters kind of break away from that a little bit. They're a little bit more disky shaped. At least they're kind of flat as opposed to truly boxy, but they're still pretty boxy for small ships. Alright, there's the black box. Oh, so excited about this. Hopefully I'm going to get my first game in this weekend. My board game, trying to merge my 2 board game groups into one full game of Eclipse. This game does seat 6, which is great. You want all of your mega games like this to be able to fit a large number of players. Expose everyone to it at once. Alright, here we go. Moving on to the red faction box. So you'll start with the bases. This one looks like a little claw foot. Like it wants to connect to something else, but isn't there. Then we've got Master Chief's head here attached to something. Okay. A little moderate freighter. Their big ships are actually one of the smaller models physically as far as the larger ships have been concerned so far. And then the small little fighters. This actually remind me of the fighters from Mass Effect. If we've got Mass Effect fans checking out this video today. Little arrowy bird ones, or like a squat X-Wing maybe. Alright, that's red. Oh boy. Second Dawn for the Galaxy. This is yellow. Alright, well, now I'm reminded of maybe Dune? Maybe the Zerg? Or maybe the Protoss. I don't know. Starting on the bottom, these are little balloon carriers, like little crawlers, little rocket ships planted in the ground. Mediums, these guys look like little hover bikes. And there's the larges, which are these flat manta ray ships. And the fighters, these are what make me think Protoss is, because these look like the little fighters in the Protoss carriers. I say, talking about other sci-fi IP. Okay, and that's the yellow box. Trying to get through these as relatively quick as possible so we can see everything in this box without it taking several hours. As long as a game of the game would take to play. See, we'll go ahead and take a look at this thing here in the bottom next. This looks like it's a storage solution for all of our hexagons that we're going to get, because we are going to get lots of hexagons, because as we all know, the galaxy is made up of various 6-sided tiles. So we have to store the 6-sided tiles of the galaxy in between explorations, so that's where we're going to store it. Another fantastic built-in storage solution, which any video game, board game designers looking at this need to be aware of in the future. This is the sort of thing that is just great when designing a game and will get people to fall in love with it instantly and not, have games that people don't want to take off their shelves because of setup time. And that's a really big deal in the modern era where we all have less time and more games. But moving on, the last set of ships after I get down off my high horse is the white ones. Some little disky space station guys here. Woo. White light makes these hard to focus. We'll definitely get some pictures of some of these up. The medium ships are honestly about as small as some of the other small ships there. A wide set here. The large ships also kind of reminiscent of space stations. Very wide set. Think about K-Wings if you're a really obscure Star Wars nerd. And some more fighters. Here we go. Alright, so those are all of the factions. Next up, let's keep removing stuff. There's a big old foam thing in here. Let's set that aside, make sure we don't lose it. Ooh, we've got some kind of Death Star in here. Let's get out the black tile again to try and get this thing into focus, because this is gigantic and beautiful looking. A massive space station track rolling all through it. Oh, that is great. Excited to see what comes of that. A little base that goes into it, so it's pre-assembled in here. To just sit around, be a threatening, menacing space station, or even at the center of the galaxy. Let's see, we have a little purple cylinder, a turn marker, if I were to levy a guess. Alright, and then the next organizer comes out. Cardboard tiles of punching stuff out. Punching stuff out of cardboard tiles. That's my punching stuff out of the cardboard tile sprue song. I hope you all like it very much. I am a big fan of it. Now available on iTunes, not actually available on iTunes. Okay. Oh, well, alright. Ooh. So down here on the very bottom under these, I have what looks to be loose is the various faction boards. So we're just going to pop those out. We'll look at those before we start opening up. Drop these right here. So first, this is a new, I think this looks like some sort of resource tracker. So I remember these are the three various resource colors. And, oh my, these pop out. So these are going to sit over something maybe? And we'll use cubes or discs to track things? I don't know. There's so many numbers. There's 3 wheels covered in numbers, and then numbers go 0 to 39 around the outside of this as well. So that's gonna be something fun. Alright, and here are the faction boards. Looks like we have two different factions, or is it like humans on one side, aliens on another? Well, we've got yellow on top, so let's just start looking at the board. This is the Descendants of Draco, and yep, this is all pretty reminiscent of the original. On the top, you have your various different ship loadouts, and the factions all have slightly different ships. They tell you what they start with. These are the boards that are going to tell us where our upgrades go, and discounts on various upgrades. These are a little bit less busy than the other ones, because the other ones had all the resource management built into the outside of this, so that these boards had everything on it going on at the same time, which was kind of nice, but also made it so that if you bumped one accidentally, everything went everywhere, and it turned into a massive nightmare. So we're going to, I think, separate some of those things out right now, which will be nice. And some new terms, which I either don't remember or are new down here under the faction name. We'll zoom in more on all this stuff when we do the live part. The other side is Terran trade. We'll take a good look at the Terran side right now so that we know what we're kind of expecting. See if the two Terrans are the same. Let's just take a look at the next Terran under here. Yes, it does look like Terrans are pretty much the same. So it looks like when you choose a color, you will either be able to play as Terrans, which are the generic faction, or as the alien faction of that appropriate color. So we already got to see the Descendants of Draco. So we'll set them down here somewhere on my... And on the other side of this one is the Planta, who very, very likely are going to be the plant species, which is, of course, what the green faction is in any game. So, yep, plant species. We'll just take a quick look at the species. We're not going to dwell too hard on how their various ships and upgrade boards are different from one another's. Next is the Orion Hegemony. These look like they're the ones that are the black by default. They're the cubes. Cube people. The Hydran Progress will be our blue folks, and they are some sort of water planet folks. And then we've got red, the Eridani Empire. Epsilon Eridani. They also have a starting planet for you in here, which will tell you some facts about the planets, resources, and whatnot. Oh, they start with plasma cannons. That's probably really good. But we're just going to keep on keeping on. And is this the last faction board down here? Oh, please don't get caught on my nails as I pull you out of here. Last faction, these look like the white faction here. The Machinima? These folks here. Okay, so there's all of the factions. Oh, wait, I'm seeing something. I think I'm seeing something here. Is that the trays that are the top of your faction colors board match up to the resource tracker board that we looked at earlier, and then we're going to take this board after we punched all the holes out, and it's going to sit in the top of this box, and it's going to fit perfectly once it's settled in here. It fits very well, and so that's a built-in resource tracker into a tray so you don't lose your cubes or your discs. Mad science. Mad board game design science that the lid of the faction box is still an important tray on its own. This is so cool. Oh, I'm really excited. This is so cool. I am hyped. Okay, and then we have the giant container of cardboard here, which has even more stuff. It looks like it has cardboard renditions. The trays. We have all of our tech tiles here on the bottom. What look to be reminder cards for action phases in here. All of the various tech. And then these sides is all of the various planets. We'll take a closer look at what all of those things mean. let's see. Yes, we'll go ahead and crack this open really quick. See if there's any other stuff in here that looks to be totally new or not part of the planets of the tech. But I know there's going to be a lot of hexagons in here because the galaxy's different every time you check it out. So, planets, tokens, colony ships. Planets, tokens, colony ships. Planets, tokens, colony ships. Planets, tokens, colony ships. Planets, tokens, and then, yes, yet another sets of these with the cardboards versions of these tiles here. And then just full loadouts of all of the different tech trees. Undoubtedly one for each player. Oh, starting to lose cardboard, but that's okay. This game is designed for me to take all of the cardboard out and still have a place to store it effectively, which I'm going to do here in just a moment while I figure out some Learn to Play, and we'll be making that Learn to Play video very soon. That's all the contents of the box, so this is going to do it for the unboxing video. Thanks everybody for tuning in and checking this out. I am so excited to crack open this rulebook and learn how to play this. This has been phenomenal. So excited. I love these giant space board games. Once again, I'm MC Squared. This has been Zulu's Board Game Cafe. You should be able to find copies of Nemesis in our store located in Bothell, Washington. Or you can check us out online at zulusgames.com for board games, card games, Pokemon, or just come in and grab a bite to eat and have a beer with us. Thanks so much. Y'all have a good afternoon.